David Otto is the director for the Geneva Centre for Africa Security and Strategic Studies, and he joins us now live from London. Thank you so much, David, for being with us on the program today. Now, we're seeing an unusual relationship that has formed between Kenyatta and Odinga. Do you think that Kenyatta's support for Odinga will help him get even closer to his ultimate goal of being the next president of Kenya?
Afnan, I think that's very key. But overall, it's the votes that count. And generally, all eyes are currently on the what they refer to as the boomers of Kenya. This is where the vote tallying is supposed to take place, and the president is supposed to be announced. We've seen a lot of talk in terms of if the 7 days which the Constitution provides for the election to be pronounced the presidential candidate, which is next week Tuesday. That is what the concern now is, whether there will be the elections being pronounced on that day, because of course about 160 of the 290 what they call Form 34B or 34A has now been tallied. So there is still much to be desired. Now it is about these votes, and I don't think at this point in time there will be any more influence from the former president, who is now the interim as we speak.
Right, and looking at the information that we have so far from the election committee, it's going to be a very close vote. Could we see a presidential runoff take place for the first time in Kenya's history?
This is what a lot of Kenyans are very concerned about. Nobody wants a runoff. Kenyans want to have a president declared, just as we've had the gubernatorial, the senators and the National Assembly members and the rest have been declared. They don't want to go back to a situation where, they would have to have a rerun of the election. Kenya has had a history, as we saw in 2017, of, some, post-election violence. And of course, the fact that each of the key candidates, Ruto and Raila, are saying that they've won, and in addition to the misinformation and disinformation that we've seen on the internet, I think it will be much more helpful for Kenyans if we have a clear winner. And that means somebody who has 50% plus one at the end of the day.
Right, and as you mentioned, there is a lot of misinformation online about the election and the vote counting process, which is causing Kenyans to be anxious, and the delay in announcing the next president isn't helping things here. Given the troubled history that Kenya has had in disputed elections, can we expect some sort of confrontation after the announcement is made?
We've already seen confrontations. What we haven't seen yet is the kind of violence that we've seen previously after the 2017 elections. But again, all eyes are on Chibukati, the Independent Electoral Boundaries Commission. We do hope that the collation of results on Form 34A, 34B, and the final Form 34C, which announces the president, we hope that all goes well. But, you cannot count Kenya out when it comes to post-election violence. If we don't get the elections by Tuesday, midnight, then there will be problems, of course.
All right, David Otto, thank you so much for joining us here on TRT World and sharing that analysis with us.